We'll be going over IRS Form 15101, Provide a Social Security Number, or SSN, for adoptive child. So many adoptive parents may have applied for an adoptive taxpayer ID number for their child by filing IRS Form W-7A. This is also known as an ATIN, which may be used by adoptive parents to claim certain tax credits when their child is still in the middle of the adoption process and the adoption process has not yet been completed. At the end of the adoption process, the Social Security Administration recommends adoptive parents to request a Social Security number for their adoptive child using Form SS5, which is the Social Security card application. They recommend doing this afterwards, after the adoption is final, so that the parents can list themselves as the parents as part of the official record, and to presumably kind of cut down on the processing time. So if you obtain a Social Security number for your child, you then have to notify the IRS that you're using a Social Security number as opposed to the Adoptive Taxpayer ID number, or the ATIN. And you do that by completing and filing IRS Form 15101. So we're going to go over this tax form. We'll go over some considerations about filing this tax form, and then we'll wrap it up. So any of the forms that we mentioned during this video, we'll put links to in the show notes. So don't worry about that. Now, this is a relatively straightforward one-page tax form, and if there's any confusion, the second page has a lot of instructions from the IRS. This tax form simply is to notify the IRS that you're replacing your child's ATIN with a Social Security number. You cannot apply for a Social Security number by using this form. You have to use Form SS5, and it has to be filed with the Social Security Administration. So let's go ahead and go to the top of the form. We're going to start entering contact information for our adoptive parents. So in this case, John and Mary Doe. We put their taxpayer ID numbers off to the right, and then we put their address as known. So the instructions say that if you've recently changed your address, you should write your new address. What I would also recommend, even though it's not explicit in the form instructions, is that you should consider filing IRS Form 8822, which is the official change of address form for the IRS. You can also call the IRS. You can also update simply by filing a tax return with the new information. But if you file IRS Form 8822, this informs the IRS in the case that you're expecting any correspondence, if there's any kind of a notice that is coming out. So again, a lot of IRS collection procedures are precipitated based on the date of mailing a certain notification. So if you haven't changed your address and the IRS is still sending correspondence to your old address, then it might be more difficult for you to keep up. So if you're expecting IRS correspondence, or if you have reason to believe that the IRS may be in touch with you about a tax issue, it is always prudent to file IRS Form 8822 just to officially notify the IRS of your change of address. So back to the topic. So there are two telephone number fields. We entered one primary telephone number with a preferred time to call in the case that the IRS has any questions or follow-up correspondence. And then in this middle section, we're going to basically inform the IRS of what your adoptive child's Social Security number was and what the ATIN that it was used to replace. So in the field, I receive Social Security number, enter your child's new Social Security number, followed by the name of your adopted child, and then followed by the ATIN that your child had been using previously. So this is pretty straightforward. This should allow the IRS to replace your child's ATIN with Social Security number in their files. One huge benefit about making sure that the IRS is up to date on a Social Security number happens to coincide with the earned income tax credit. So your child must have a Social Security number in order to be eligible for the earned income tax credit. If you have a temporary ID number like an ITIN or an ATIN, then your child will not be eligible. So if you are banking on claiming the EITC on behalf of your child, then you should strongly consider filing this form as soon as your child has received his or her Social Security number. At the bottom of the form or the signature fields, you'll write out your complete name, you'll enter the date in the month, date, year format, and then you'll sign. And again, there may be questions that you have. There are some items that address certain questions here. For example, if your ATIN has expired, then you wouldn't, if you haven't yet received a Social Security number for your child, but your ATIN is expired, or if you've received a notice known as a CP 561C notice, that basically is telling you that your ATIN is expired. So you can either file this form, which notifies the IRS of your Social Security number, or you can file IRS form 15100, which is the extension request for your ATIN. And at that case, there's areas in that form where you can enter whether or not you've applied. If you were rejected by the Social Security Administration for a Social Security number, you can enter that information as well. So there is filing information. This is a standalone form, so you would file it to the address that, mail it to the address that's at the top of the form. There's an overnight address, there's a fax number, and if you have any questions, there's a phone number that's not a toll-free phone number, but you can contact the IRS for more information. So we cover all of this step by step in our article. You can reach our article at teachmepersonalfinance.com. If you type in IRS form 15101 in the search bar, you'll see this article appear. If you like our articles, please subscribe to our newsletter. If you like our YouTube videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or comments, or if there's a topic that you'd like to see covered in an upcoming video, please hit me up in the comments section. Thank you very much and have a great day.